Drishti 2015 interviews Mr. Anurag Kashyap, the celebrated director, producer and screenwriter. Watch this to know what the director has to say about the Sapnon Ki Nagri and how to make it big in Bollywood.
Firstly, sir, our theme this year for Drishti 2015 is Pandora Ka Dabba, wherein we try to portray Mumbai as India's Pandora's box. So, drawing from your personal experiences, to what extent do you agree with the statement that Mumbai is a city of hopes?
Bombay is a city of dreams, is a city of hope. It gives you a lot. And so many people from across the country have come to this city. It's almost like a melting pot. People come here, they want something and they work for it and they get it. We have heard so many stories of rags to riches in the city of Bombay, and there are more in the city of Bombay than anywhere else in the country.
Sir, moving on, is there any scene from real life that you find tough or next to impossible to portray in your movies?
I think sometimes people have this whole thing of wanting to go to movies to see everything good and beautiful, and they don't want to get repulsed or they don't want to think or provoke. So those things are very difficult to portray, to do it, because there's a necessity to put those things out on screen, but we have to do it in a way where it does not throw people off.
Speaking about a topic for the conclave, which is titled Stairway to Humanity, where are we? What are your views regarding the fact that service isn't given the due importance in India compared to the West?
Any kind of a service, any kind of a skill is valuable. As simple as a house cleaning lady gets paid at par with most other people, so she can have a respectful, dignified life for herself. We have this whole servant culture in this country because we don't value it ourselves at all. It's not about service not being valued on the larger scale. I'm saying look at us. We should look at ourselves. How much do we pay our house helps? How much do we pay our driver? Why do we haggle with them? When we don't haggle with people, we should be haggling with them.
So what, according to you, is the effect of Bollywood movies on the image of women in India?
I think, it's a very long debate because it's all interdependent. I think what we get provoked by and offended by is something that we should not, because we get offended by portraying some kind of a realism on the film. When there is sexuality, we are so uncomfortable discussing sexuality. At the same time, we are very ecstatic and we think it's alright to watch those skimpy dresses and people dancing and all that. So we need a reality check on ourselves. The sexuality is something we need to discuss and get comfortable with, so we are not so repressed. Half the crime that happens against women is out of repression, and our cinema, yes, it encourages repression a lot in a very indirect way.
Sir, you fought against the no smoking disclaimer in your movies. Do you believe that this disclaimer has had the required effect on the public?
I don't think so. I think people laugh at it. I think, yes, smoking is a ill, and if somebody has to solve that problem, if I was supposed to do that, I would do it in a very effective way and not make it a joke. That anti-smoking thing has become a joke because of the disclaimers that come on the screen. You want to do something and you want to make it impactful, then you can really make very poignant things and not force it on people, but intelligently plant it in places where people are actually affected by it. World over, people have done very effective anti-smoking campaigns. We don't do effective campaigns. We just randomly put things out there. It's like trying to do a job and make a joke out of it, and at the same time, the movies are suffering because of it.
So, talking about your NGO Angan Trust, what will be your next step to help the vulnerable children of India?
I work a lot with children, and I don't know, I really don't know. There are people who actually sit down and think about it and actually figure out, and they have the data and they have much more reality check than I have. For me, my biggest concern has always been education, a shot at a good life, which has to begin from a childhood.
Sir, lastly, any piece of advice you'd like to give to the youth who see their future in the film industry?
It's nothing, it's a long and hard road, and if you're looking for shortcuts, then you'll also be out of it as fast as you get it. I think the shortcuts are no way, but it's a long, hard road, and it is absolutely achievable. But it depends on exactly that you just sit there and dream of waiting for the chance. That's not going to happen. If you work for it, yes, it will happen.
So that's all. Thank you.
That's all for now. Make sure to catch Anurag Kashyap at our conclave on the 16th of February 2015.